Attacks on trans athletes are being manufactured by people on the right. Let me read this and we can talk about it. This is from pridesource.com. Manufactured outrage. Trans athlete complaint reveals a coordinated attack on a Michigan student. A cisgender girl who never saw a trans teammate in the locker room claims privacy violation. And really quick, this story has to do with the bigger picture that I have been talking about, which is that right-wing religious cults and political cults are making coordinated attacks on the trans community to make it appear as if communities are upset with situations, but it keeps coming back to the same people. So let's unravel this story. The parents of a cisgender girl who have filed a complaint naming Skyline High School in Ann Arbor for following a trans girl to play on the volleyball team. So time and time again, these complaints are coming from parents who are involved in religious and political right-wing cults. These cult beliefs do not represent the beliefs of the general public. However, they are backed by the MAGA cult in government, so they have access to funds, etc. Back to the article. According to a report on Fox 2 News in Detroit, Sean Lechner, whose daughter attends Monroe High School, submitted the Title IX complaint on December 5th with the U.S. Department of Education, the Michigan Department of Education, and the state's High School Athletic Association and Monroe Public Schools. The complaining cis girl never even saw the trans girl in the locker room at all. Yet this didn't stop the cis girl from saying in a press conference that it was devastating for all the girls. Since September, Outkick has published 19 articles about this one high school trans student. Reporter Dan Zakshevsky, I hope I say that right, who writes for the conservative sports site owned by Fox Corporation, attended at least 4 of these volleyball games, recorded videos of these girls playing, and he tweeted about it at least 41 times. So when Zakshevsky was confronted by school officials about his presence there, he published another article claiming he was being harassed by the faculty of this high school. And this is so typical of right-wing cult members. They commit the attack and then they pretend they're the victim in this situation. He was there to manufacture anger. Due to his relentless coverage and his claim of harassment, a local story about one high school athlete has gone national. The collateral damage from this manufactured controversy continues to mount. Chet Hessen, Monroe Public Schools athletic director, was placed on paid administrative leave after expressing basic human empathy in a podcast interview. Less than 24 hours later, he was suspended. God forbid someone show compassion for a child being targeted by a coordinated media campaign. The U.S. Department of Education, under Trump's regime, will likely use this case as another weapon in its broader campaign against trans youth. Trans athletes in our state and around the U.S. are competing against more than just other athletes. It's an unfair matchup that pits kids against a coordinated assault from right-wing media, politicians seeking culture war victories, and our federal government determined to erase their existence. And it disgusts me that everyone doesn't see it that way. Girl, that disgusts me too. Because of the disinformation that has been pumped out by Republicans and their political and religious cults regarding LGBT people, we have been unjustly vilified, and the uneducated portion of America is too quick to jump on the train of attacking trans people when they actually don't know anything about gender, trans identity, etc. Every major medical association in the country has condemned the executive order in which Donald Trump and the MAGA cult stated there are only two genders. This is incorrect. It's incorrect according to doctors, psychiatrists, medical professionals, teachers, therapists, sociologists, gender experts. The list goes on and on and on and on. Cults of disinformation do not care about evidence, reality, facts, research, or expert opinion. Their cults are based on disinformation and fear, and their rhetoric is violent, anti-science, and anti-evidence. The real problem here is that these cults are putting conspiracies before facts. And in 2026, we have to elect Democratic candidates who will address the rampant issue of cultism and disinformation on the right. Thank you guys for listening. Please like this, share this, get this information out there, leave your comments. I'll be back very soon. Ta-ta.